This video is heavily inspired by Mother's Basement, What's in an LP, as you can see by the title. Please don't copyright my video, thank you. The opening begins with many petals floating in the wind, revealing the title Rent a Girlfriend. I believe the many petals represent all the clients the Rent a Girlfriends usually have to deal with. They all kind of just blend together and over time they disappear. Then we switch to Katsuya walking a few steps behind Shizuru. Shizuru looks back at Katsuya and Katsuya realizes that he's probably messing up by not doing what an ideal boyfriend would do. While Katsuya seemed ready for some kind of backlash, Shizuru ends up leaving Katsura in awe by being able to stay professional and keep working as the ideal girlfriend even though he isn't really putting effort into it. This foreshadows Shizuru's ability to stay professional and play the part of the ideal girlfriend even when Katsuru isn't doing his part. They are surrounded by pink glow, which I believe represents Katsuya developing feelings for Shizuru. Then we're shown cute silhouettes of the girls dancing, and we get a slight spoiler of where Ruka will work at later in the anime. Speaking of Ruka, we get a small scene of her seeming disappointed while holding her phone. I'm sure this is meant to foreshadow how even though she keeps getting clients, none of them really make her feel anything. Followed by Sumi, who we see is actually quite a shy person even though she is a rent-a-girlfriend. And after seeing these two flawed characters, we see Shizuru, the ideal rent-a-girlfriend. Not only is she surrounded by a bunch of customers, but she's able to keep her confident face. We see hearts and stars above her, not only representing the love her fans feel but also her stardom. Then we switch over to Katsuya, who seems extremely sad because Shizuru seems to have completely forgotten about him. But like the ideal rent-a-girlfriend is, she keeps all her customers happy and texts him soon after, moving him so much he actually has tears of happiness. Unfortunately, he is very quickly hit with the receipt for the work. Katsuya seems completely demotivated at this point, seeming about ready to give up on Shizuru. But then his friends show up, give him a little bump, and he is quickly recovered. And in this show, his friends really play a major part on him never giving up on Shizuru. Then we get a scene of Katsuya standing in his apartment, and then throwing a quick glance at Shizuru, who is off the clock so she looks away. However, then we are shown a scene of both of them deep in thought, possibly considering about how they feel about one another, and if there's perhaps more to this than just a business. However, then they're literally pulled apart to reveal Mommy, representing how literally every time they seem to be getting closer, Mommy seems to do something to try to pull them apart. Then we're greeted by a smiling Mommy who seems extremely friendly. However, then she aggressively seems to get closer and closer to the television, representing how when Katsuya starts looking at other girls, she aggressively tries to make him only look at her, followed by Mommy's serious face, which she saves specially for when Katsuya is not paying attention only to her, followed by a shot of her making a post about how she isn't happy with Katsuya and Shizuru's relationship. Then we zoom up to her face to see that she's actually genuinely sad, followed by Ruka and Sumi after meeting Katsuya and how their character has changed, Ruka gaining motivation and Sumi gaining confidence. Then we see Katsuya fail to catch Shizuru, but instead of giving up, he grips his hand and runs after her with determination. But then we switch to an overhead view and we see something that looks like a retweet button, representing how even though Katsuya has gained determination, he still seems to be running in circles, not really making any progress. Followed by quick shots of all the girls, Shizuru being the only one which the camera doesn't seem to be looking away from, representing how she is Katsuya's main focus. We see Shizuru clearly walking away from Katsuya, but then one of the petals seems to catch up to her. If you remember earlier, I said that the petals represent the clients that the rent-a-girlfriends normally deal with, but this one, instead of leaving like all the other ones, seems to be chasing her. This petal is of course Katsuya. Shizuru looks back, genuinely surprised. After a quick sigh, Shizuru makes it easier for Katsuya to catch up by actually reaching out to him, and we get a shot of them holding hands with the receipt and the floor, showing how this affection isn't something he's going to have to pay for later, but instead genuine love. This ended up being a relatively short video, but it was something I really wanted to make. Rent a Girlfriend is one of my favorite shows, and this opening I think is amazing. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and like, and stick around to see what I upload next. I upload many things, and if I see this gets good feedback, I'll be tempted to upload more anime stuff, perhaps even a video on why Mommy is my favorite girl in this show. Well, thank you for watching till the end.
That is bullshit blazing.